It's your boy Joseph, hitting y'all with another video. Now today we're gonna be talking about happiness. Happiness, first of all, is pure content within yourself. That's what happiness is. Now, what I want to discuss is this world and why a lot of people aren't happy. A lot of people aren't happy is because they're not genuine. They're not real. They're not in tune with who they are on the inside. And what I mean by that is, if you know what type of person you are, you have no need to be jealous. If you know who you are, you have no need to compare yourself to other people. Because once you realize who you are, you understand that everyone isn't like you. And what I meant earlier when I said people aren't happy because they're not being real is because if you put on a facade that you will never fuck up, if you put on this facade of you being perfect, you won't ever be able to keep up with that. So instead of moving you forward, it's holding you back and pushing you down. And it's like, if you're upfront with people and if you tell them who you are to begin with, then life would be so much easier and you'll be more happy, because it's just like you're not competing with anybody. When you're yourself, you're not competing with anybody. You have no competition when you're yourself. But when you put on a facade, when you say that you're something that you're not, you're competing against yourself, which is worse than competing against somebody else. Because it's like you put this expectation in people's minds, and then you might get depressed and you might get down because you can't keep up with that expectation. And when it's not met, it's just like people think of you as a liar. They think of you as a fake person, and then that adds stress to your life. And it's just like, fuck that. If you know that you're gonna fuck up from time to time, tell people that. If you know that you don't like to be talked to a certain way, tell people that. If you don't like whatever it is that you like and whatever you don't like, share that with the world. Share that with the people that you come in contact with, so they know who you are. And that gives you opportunity to grow. It gives you an opportunity to express yourself and, express who you are, what you believe, and things of that nature. Because, if you can't be yourself, then why are you here? Because God, I read this somewhere on Facebook. It said, you were born original, so don't die a copy. No one snowflake is made like another one, which means you are not made like anybody else. So why try to copy them? Why not be who you are? You know what I'm saying? If you like dressing a certain way, but because you feel that somebody ain't gonna accept it, you don't, fuck that. If you like dressing a certain way, then you dress how you want to dress. Somebody gonna like it. Somebody gonna hate it. And even if you do dress how you think somebody else wants you to, dress, still somebody else ain't gonna like it. So it's like, don't pretend to be something that you're not. Happiness comes with understanding. Happiness comes with knowledge. Happiness comes with, unity and, content with who you are, whatever it is that you believe. Understand your flaws, for one. That's what a lot of people are scared of. They're scared of their insecurities. A lot of people are scared of who they are, what they don't like. If you've told lies, but you say you always tell the truth, that in itself is a lie. So, come to understand who you are on the inside. and then display that on the outside so that, when it comes to thinking about yourself, you don't have that mind state of, oh, well, he got this, but I don't. I mean, why compare yourself to anybody else when everybody else got their different paths and different avenues in life that they have to take to get to where they at? I mean, because he went down that street and got that, don't mean that you gonna go down that same street and get exactly what he did, because you didn't do what he did to get there. His reality is different from yours. So why not be who you are? Be who you are meant to be. If you good with your hands and somebody tried to tell you to, learn something intellectually, you probably won't be able to do that. And it's for a reason. You like doing things with your hands for a reason. You're good with your hands for a reason. I mean, your life purpose involves something, it involves your hands in some way, shape, or form. If that's the type of person you are. And if you understand who you are, if you understand what you like, and if you don't compare yourself to other people, and if you don't always look at the negatives of situations, you'll be better off. Because, I mean, a lot of people hit themselves in the face when they say this question, what if? Because every what if to us humans is always negative. Like, oh, what if she don't like me? What if I wear this and I get it dirty? What if this? What if that? What if this happens? What if I go to this party and somebody starts shooting? So I'm not gonna go. It's just like, fuck that. Just stop putting all these boundaries on yourself and your mind. You just gotta go with what your gut say. Go with your heart. Because who you are comes from within. You know what I'm saying? And if you're young, you have a opportunity to become who you want to be. But that in itself it's like, it's a good thing or a bad thing. Because, like, me personally, I'm in a stage in my life where I've lost complete contact of who I am and what I am. And over time, I've come to realize that my flaws do exist. And so instead of being the average person and saying, that's not a part of me and I scoot away from it, it's like, nah, that's a part of me, so I embrace it. And when you have flaws and you have insecurities, accept them, embrace them. And once you embrace them, then you have the option to fix them or just accept that, that you just lacking in that area. I mean, it's nothing. Some things you can fix and the other ones that you can't. You just have to come to realization that you can't fix them, so why dwell on them? You know what I'm saying? Just whenever you want to be more happy, happiness comes with knowledge, like I said. Happiness comes with love. Happiness comes with karma. If you believe in karma, what goes around comes around. If you're a positive person all the time, and you always giving to people, and you always, doing the right thing, then that's when it comes back in full circle, it won't hurt you. Because it's just like, you planted that seed, so when it grows, it won't grow into anything negative. It'll grow into something positive, something that you put out there for the world to see. It'll come back to you. You know what I'm saying? If you do good things will come to you. If you do bad things will come to you. It all depends on, a lot of people say this, is you reap what you sow. It all boils down to whatever you put out is whatever, whatever you put out is whatever you get back. You can't plant an apple seed expecting a fucking pear tree to go. You feel me? So you just gotta, understand and love yourself. And once you love yourself, you can love everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what God wants us to do. And that's what Jesus said. And if you're not biblical, if you're not religious, then Love is an emotion of strength, and love is an emotion of pure passion. And love comes from the heart, whether it's bad love or good love, it's still love. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people ask me this: what is love? How do you define it? Well, love to me is an emotional and intellectual attraction between, if you're talking about people, it's an emotional and intellectual attraction between two people. Because if you can emotionally interact with that person, then you're more likely to love them. If you're, intellectually attracted to them, if you can understand how they think, what they think about, and everything that goes on inside of their bodies and inside of their hearts and minds, then you can understand them. And then once you understand it, then you become attracted to that. And once you're attracted in that way, then love is instant. But see, a lot of people get it mixed up. It's just like, because I was asked this question. If I was deeply in love with somebody and they had a bunch of scars, what would I think about the scars? I'd say, at first glance, I'd be like, damn, that's a lot of scars. But that's not love. Because if you only look at somebody and just see how they are on the outside and you only love them for how they look, that's called lust. And you're stupid for even thinking that's called love because, like I said, it's an emotional attraction. I mean, you can't be in love with somebody with a fucked up personality if you're not attracted to that. Because 9 times out of 10, the fucked up personality is unattractive and tends to piss you off from time to time. So it's just like, if you don't love how they are on the inside, then you can't love them because you got to look past this. This shit here, all of this shit is just a covering for what's on the inside of a person. The skin, the looks. Don't judge a book by its cover, you know what I'm saying? Just because a book may say maybe the book got, a really fucked up cover on it, don't mean that what's the worst is inside of that book. Don't mean that they not informational, and don't mean that you won't learn something from that. So it's just like, don't judge a person by how they look, because looks don't mean shit. I mean, honestly, they really don't. They don't define a person. They don't tell you what type of person they are. I mean, sometimes you can tell, like, okay, maybe if a female dresses a certain way, then she might be like this, but you'll never know. You have to look at the person with inside, within them. Because inner beauty makes the outer beauty irrelevant as fuck. Because I have two people in my life that I never thought that I'd ever like at all. But the more I got to know these two individuals, the more I realized what type of person they was, and then I became attracted to that. Not their looks, but then I became attracted to how they were, how they thought, what type of person they were, what type of heart they had, and all of that shit. And I got attracted to that. And then when I look at them now, it's just like, damn, you beautiful. And it's not even just because of how they look. It's because of how they are on the inside. So, happiness, you gotta be real. You gotta look, when you looking within the person to be happy, you have to look on the inside. You have to look on the inside of yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to be content and understand and embrace your flaws and all of your insecurities. Any questions, comments, or concern, please leave them in the comments of this video, and I'll be sure to come back to y'all with another video pretty soon. Deuces.